Greetings to all. Welcome back to the course Digital Marketing Strategy. We are in the third week where we are discussing very prominent topic, that is digital marketing mix, and today we will be discussing on price. So, the title of today's lecture is Price Strategy, and it is specifically for digital markets. We will be discussing about how the pricing is there for digital products, and also we try to understand how digital media or digital innovations have actually made implication on the pricing strategies of any company. So, before we actually understand the digital aspect, we should also try to understand the basic understanding of pricing and pricing strategy, right. So, let us start. So, price is probably the only marketing element that produces revenues. So, it is very interesting to note that price is the only marketing mix element. If we talk in the sense of 7 P's, then price is the only marketing element which actually generates the revenue. Rather, other marketing mix elements, they only produce costs, or rather would say will require costs. For example, if we talk about product, place or promotion, all of it requires some level of cost, but price is something which produces revenue. That is one way of understanding. However, all the marketing elements, they work together, and as a holistic way it is being produced, the product is being produced, marketed and sold, right. But anyways, so a price is anything which is paid in exchange of product and services. So, whatever product and services the producer produces and sell it to the consumer. So, consumer in exchange of the product or services will pay back to the producer, and the value which is paid back is basically called the price. So, price, a variable of the marketing mix, it refers to the company's pricing policies which define the pricing models to set the suitable price for goods and services. So, when we talk about pricing strategy, or when we talk about price strategy for marketing mix, we are specifically talking about two aspects. The first one is to define the pricing model. So, what would be the pricing model of the business, and how to set or how to choose the suitable price for goods and services. We need to understand that the price should reflect the value of the goods. There are various aspects, it is a long debate or long discussion would be required. So, for example, price is something which justifies the value of the product. So, that is something also called perceived price. Sometimes it happens that price of the product does not suit its value. In that case, it will fail in the market. So, the marketer should understand that the price should be optimally fixed, and it includes various elements as well, like brand value. All these aspects also have an effect on the ultimate or the final price of the product. So, pricing model, what is pricing model? Pricing model defines the form of payment, how the payment is being done, such as whether it is outright purchase, as in the cash transaction or credit transaction, whatever, or it is auction, it is rental, it is wages, commissions, volume purchase and credit term. So, anything which is related with the pricing strategy will come under the pricing model, be it with the exchange of goods happened, whether it is have been done on some barter basis, or counter trading has happened, or purely cash basis have happened, or on some credit basis. So, again, if it is a credit basis, then there should the credit term should be properly defined, and it should be known to the customers. Also, price does not only mean in the form of the cash and credit transaction in exchange of goods, rather it could be rental. For example, the price we pay for renting the Ola cabs or the Oyo rooms, so those are basically rentals. So, there are different forms of prices. The price is something, if you have taken the benefit or you have utilized the utility of anything, be it product and services, and the amount you pay in exchange is basically called the price. So, I hope you have made an understanding about what is price. Now, the pricing strategy, that is the key point of discussion today. So, it is an approach businesses use to determine what prices should be charged for their products and services, right. So, it involved a series of steps from defining the pricing objectives to setting the final price. So, it starts from defining the pricing objective, and it ends with the setting of or choosing the final price. And it takes into account lot of aspects. As I have said, it talks about various factors, be it the market and customer demand, be it the customer needs, be it the customer value perception, be it the production cost or the competitor's price. So, there are multiple factors which actually plays very important role in shaping or in the final price of the product and services. So, according to Philip Kotler, price strategy is being significantly affected by the advent of internet and digitalization. So, due to digitalization, due to the advent of internet, the pricing strategy have been affected very significantly, because there are various reasons. Now, the channels have reduced, the promotional expenses have reduced, and the way the products are produced and through various automation, and there is a process automation. So, all these have significantly reduced the cost. So, in that way it has an effect on the price, right. So, the internet has changed the way the buyer and sellers interact nowadays. The bargaining power and interaction of buyers and sellers, that have also changed, and how they are making the pricing decision nowadays has totally changed. So, the way the buyer and sellers interact and finally they reach to pricing decision, that have been totally changed due to the advent of internet and the digitalization. So, what happened now, the internet has allowed the buyers to discriminate between the sellers, and the sellers also discriminate between the buyers. So, this also have been because of abundance of information in the market. So, the customer nowadays, the digital customers, they have access to numerous information about the product. They can easily compare the product. So, now it is easy for the buyer also to discriminate between the various producer, various competitors, right. So, I used to remember then when we used to have a mobile phone very recently, when we had the mobile phone very old days, if I remember. So, we had a new mobile phone, and for the connection of BSNL connection, we used to we have to wait for around 2-3 months. So, and now if you want a connection, you want SIM connection, probably within 5 minutes immediately with your Aadhaar authentication, and immediately they take your picture and they authenticate with the Aadhaar ID, and immediately the SIM is issued to you, and immediately you can use the SIM. But I remember when for the first time when the mobile arrived at our place, arrived at our home, so we had to actually wait for 2-3 months to actually get the SIM of BSNL. At that time also the technology was very new, and obviously the competition was not very severe. There were not so many options were there. So, nowadays the options are more, the information is numerous, abundant. So, everyone has got the bargaining power, be it the buyers or be it the sellers. So, before, initially when it was only traditional marketing, the sellers somehow had more edge over the consumers, as in they had a opportunity to only disseminate the information that they want to disseminate. But basically the bad informations, or sometimes we say the disadvantage of any product or something, or if there is some problem in the product, that was not highlighted. But with this abundance of information nowadays, with social media and all, immediately the consumers, they share their experience, be it good experience or bad experience. So, nowadays every type of information is available to the customer, and they can actually discriminate between the sellers, and they can take more wiseful decision for making a purchase. So, that is how internet have totally changed how the decisions, purchase decisions are being made. So, moving ahead, as I have said, the interaction have changed. Now, the buyers, what the buyers are getting benefited. So, they get instant price comparison from thousands of vendors. So, there are various applications are there from where they can actually make comparison. So, for example, if you, I would like to quote an example of say policybazar.com. So, policybazar.com, there you can compare, for example, you need to buy a car insurance. So, you can compare from different providers of car insurance, and you can actually compare the benefits you get, the premium you have to pay. So you can compare the different policies, and you can finally choose the best one. Similarly, on various purchase apps, be it Flipkart or Amazon, you have an option to compare different prices. So the price comparison have become much easier, and so that gave the buyers an edge, and also it facilitated. For example, in traditional marketing, the consumer, we are not aware that say product X is available, which is of much features, and it is much cheaper than product X. Probably I am only aware about product Y. So for example, I am only aware about the product Y because product Y is more advertised in my locality. I am exposed to the advertisement of product Y. So I am aware about the features and the price of product Y. So I have no idea about product X, which may be of much with much better features, and it must be more more cheaper in comparison to product Y. But since I am unaware about product X, I will not be able to make a decision. So I will probably buy product Y only. But now with the emergence of social media and with the emergence of internet, now I have information of everything. I have information of product X, even I have information about product Y. I know what are the benefits of Y, what are the key features of Y or say X. Even I will understand what are the problems are there with product X or product Y. So I now have more information, and I now make more informed decisions, right? So that is how the internet and the digitalization have revolutionized the way the buyers are making the purchase decisions nowadays. The buyers can also check prices at the point of purchase. So wherever they are actually want to buy a product, they can at the same point of time they can check the prices and they can compare the prices. So there is complete transparency is there. There is no hidden cost or no hiding any information. So it is freely available. So even we can name their price and have it made. Even we can quote the price. For example, I take the example of policybazaar.com only. So here I get an opportunity to select the range of the sum assured or range of the premium that I have wants to pay. So for example, say 5,000 to 7,000. So if I set this range of premium, so any company which is selling the car insurance between annual premium of 5,000 to 7,000 will pop up, right? Will pop up, and I will choose, I will compare say X, Y, Z and so on. I will compare them, and I will probably make a decision to buy Y, right? So that is the benefit. I can quote the price and within the price range, and this is very prominently happening with hotel room bookings. So usually what we do, we set our price. Okay, there are star A star or some 5-star hotels are there, which must be very premiumly priced, right? But I am not in a position to book a room there. So I will set my range. Okay, it has to be within say this much to this much price. So that is now possible. Also get products free. So nowadays, now it has become new technique that initially the benefit, the product and services, they are provided free of cost, and to more intense users or to more loyal customers, a premium option is available. So a classic example would be YouTube. Yes, so YouTube, it is free. So the videos are free of cost, but if you want an ad free, right? So if you want an ad free YouTube, or what happens with YouTube, so if it does not work with other activities. So if YouTube is running in your phone, you cannot do anything else, because the moment it gets, you do some other, you open some other application over it, immediately YouTube stops working. So but with the premium YouTube subscription, you get it for ad free and also constant play, right? So it will not stop whether you are opening some other application over it, so it will not stop. So this is with premium account. So when you go for a premium account, so even Disney Hotstar, if you see, they provide some content free of cost. So that is and sometimes what happens, say there is some web series, say there are 6 episodes in that web series, so they will provide the first episode or second episode free of cost. and thereafter if you want to see the third and the remaining episodes, you have to subscribe, right? So this also works nowadays with this revolution, digital revolution. Now even the ways sellers are interacting nowadays have also changed, like they have more opportunity to monitor the customer behavior and tailor offers to the individuals. Now even the sellers, they have more and more informations, and they exactly know how the customer behaves, what type of product they will buy, what is their buying behavior, what is their demand pattern, what is their likings, dislikings, what are the features they value, what are the features that don't matter. So all these things are very much clear with more and more information. So sellers are in a better position to monitor the consumer behavior. And with internet and with digitalization, the sellers can give certain customer access to special prices, right? So like there is some coupons are there, or say coins nowadays. For example, in Flipkart, you with every purchase you earn some coins, and with those coins you can actually get some coupons, or you can get some discounts or something like that, right? So also you can for example, for subscribing something, you get some special coupon, so you get some special access to certain prices or certain offers. Sometimes you see, for example, if you achieve a certain goal, if you achieve certain level of purchase or something, right, so they have set a criteria for loyalty. So they assume you are a loyal customer, and they will provide you some special discounts or special benefits. So that can happen. That level of customization is possible with digitalization. Otherwise, with the traditional way, traditional exchange of goods and services, traditional marketing, traditional commerce, it was not possible to customize at that level. Now both the way both buyers and sellers can negotiate the prices online, in the auctions and exchange, even in person, have changed. And like nowadays there is a direct interaction between B2C and even C2C, there is a interaction is happening. So the way the interaction have emerged have totally changed with the advent of digitalization and internet, right? So this is how the digital technology have impacted the price strategy of any product. So moving ahead, so Dave and Fiona, they have highlighted 4 main implications of internet for the price element of the marketing mix. What are those 4 implications? So they said that there is increased price transparency. So the price transparency have increased, and and due to which there is implication of differential pricing. The sellers can actually adopt differential pricing. Similarly, there is downward pressure on the pricing. So due to digitalization, now pressure is more on to to reduce the price, because due to digitalization, due to automation, many of the costs have reduced, and now the war is on prices, how cheaper you can sell the product. Also new pricing approaches have emerged, like dynamic pricing and pricing testing and auctions. So this type of new pricing approaches have also emerged, and also different pricing structures, different pricing policies have also you have emerged. There are different pricing for affiliate marketing, there is pricing structure for partnership marketing and co-branding and so on. So those all the things have emerged newly. So this is interesting part, the process of price setting, and we need to understand that the process of price setting, it follows a series of events, it follows a series of procedures. So the pricing process is a series of steps that business takes to decide how much to charge for its product and services. So a company sets its price typically in 3 situations. So in 3 occasions the company are required to set the price. First, when they are introducing a new product, and second, when they are introducing the existing product in some new channel, and third is when they enter a bid for some contract work. So typically the first 2 are the typical ones which are very common. The company must decide where to position its product on quality and price. So there is always a debate between the quality and price. So it is said that the better the quality it is, the price would be higher. If the quality is low, the price would be low. But this is not always linear, right? So quality is not only one factor. Sometimes what happens, that quality is okay, but the brand value is so much that the prices would be obviously too high to be for that particular level of quality. So there are many techniques to understand this, there are many features to understand this. So the company must decide that what should be the trade-off between the quality and the price. Also to save from this trade-off, most companies they also follow multiple price tiers. So price tiers is again there are different layers of prices, as in different prices are quoted with different features, so that this actually helps in expanding their market coverage and provide more price choices to the customer. For example, you take an example of Netflix. So they have mobile package, they have basic plan, they have standard plan, they have premium plan. So for example, so if you are a single person and you usually watch the movies on your mobile or your say your tablet, so why do you need to pay 650 rupees, 649? You can actually pay 149 rupees and you can take the advantage of it. But if there are multiple family members are there who are watching on different screens, so probably you can take the basic one or the standard one. But if you want to have 4K quality and HDR quality, you have to subscribe for the premium one. So there are 4 tiers. So if I see, if you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 price tier levels for the Netflix. So now what happens, even the customer, even the student who cannot spare 650 rupees for a month, but it is much easier for him to spend 149 rupees, right. So now the company has targeted that customer also and the premium customers also. So the coverage, market coverage essentially have increased. So the steps in setting the price policy, there are 6 steps. First is selecting the pricing objective, second is determining the demand, third is estimating the cost, fourth is analyzing the competitors' cost, price and offers, fifth is selecting the pricing method, and the last is selecting the final price. So this have been been introduced by Kotler and Keller in their book by Pearson. So we will take one by one, we will try to understand different aspect. So selecting the pricing objectives, there could be different objectives to set the price. So if the objective is to survival, then probably they will try to a company where the matter is to survive, then they can set the lower price to penetrate the market. And if they want to, whether the objective is to maximize the current profit, they can set the premium price. If they want to, so here scheming price would be more effective. If they want to increase the market share, then they can go for penetration pricing, right. And similarly, yes, market scheming. So if they want to go for market scheming, so market scheming, certain type of products like premium product with the competitive edge with some new features, like Apple products, they come with some new features which no one is having at that point of time. So they actually charge the scheme price because of the new technology. Also the objective could be product quality leadership, so they might be more focused on quality, they don't want to compromise with their qualities. Also applicable with the Apple products. So Apple products, they don't introduce the economical products. So a very classic understand case is of Nano. So if you remember Nano, though it was a very good car and it was very economically priced, but it was not very much successful because Indian customers, they attach prestige with buying a car. So buying a car is a matter of prestige, but the Nano car being the cheaper car, the car which can cost around 1.8 lakhs, which the bikes cost. So the Nano did not give that much prestige to the middle class buyers. So somehow that was one very interesting aspect. Then there could be different other objectives, there could be some social objectives also. So that there could be different other objectives apart from survival, maximum profit, maximum market share and so on. For example, some of the products, they are available for some social cause or to promote the tribal community. So all those could be the different other objectives. So moving ahead is determining the demand. So demand depends upon the price sensitivity of the product, how much it is price sensitive. So whether with the increase and decrease in the price, whether the customers buys it or not. And also the demand curve. So demand curve basically means the level of demand of that particular product, right. So that is basically how much the product is in demand in the market. Also the price elasticity means the level of, for example, a small change in the price of a product can lead to a huge increase or decrease in the price of the product. So if it is that, then it is price elasticity is there, and if there is if a small change in price does not have a significant impact, then it is price inelastic. So also we need to estimate the cost. So cost, it has the maximum share in the price. Technically the cost should cover the maximum portion of the price. So how this is not always necessary, because nowadays there is a branding and all, but essentially it should be the majority of the price should cover the cost. So there are different type of costs are there. We all know that there are fixed costs, which are also called the overhead, that does not change with the level of production. There are variable costs, and then there are average costs. So all this somehow see, when the production level is lower, then fixed cost share would be higher. In that case the price would be more. So the company should plan their production also, and again it will depend upon the accumulated production or experience curve. As an company have more and more experience, for example, the experience curve goes like this. So this is say 1K production, then this is 2K production, this is 3K production, this is 4K production. So this point would be the lowest, right? So this is the lowest price. So this is the experience curve. As in more and more production goes, the average cost it reduces, right? So but again, if it goes beyond certain level of production, then the diseconomies of scale will play a role, and here economies of scale, and this portion economies of scale will play the important role, and that is how experience curve has an impact. Then also we need to analyze the competitors cost, how much they are charging the price, how much, what are their costs, what are their offers, whether they are pricing on the basis of value. If they are pricing on the basis of value, then obviously the customer would be more attracted towards them. So we need to also have a check on the competitors cost, prices and offers. So there are different methods of selecting the price. So markup price, target return price, markup price as in cost plus certain markup, say 5%, 10%, whatever. Then there is some target. If we have fixed some target that we need a return of this much, that is target return. Perceived value, as in what value the customer perceives of any product. So for example, they say this pen could be of say 500 rupees, right? It's a digital pen, so it would be of 500 rupees. So since it is a digital pen, you may say that it is 500 rupees. Otherwise, if it is a normal pen, you would say it should not cost more than 20 rupees, right? So that is a perceived value. So what the customer perceive on that basis. Also value pricing is what actually is the value, so that you don't compromise with the quality of the product. You try to give the maximum quality with the minimum price. So that is why value pricing. Also everyday low pricing is again very common. Going rate pricing, day low prices usually happens in malls and supermarkets. They announce that today's everyday's lowest price are this and those, so on. Similarly, going rate prices, whatever the market rate is there, at that rate only you launch your product. Auction type is again on the basis of bidding and something like that. Ultimately, when you have chosen your pricing method, you will go for selecting the final price. While selecting the final price, you should keep in mind that what is the impact of it on other marketing activities. For example, if you are if you are only focusing on lowering the price, probably the brand value will also deteriorate, because sometimes consumer they attach quality with price. So we need to understand that how other market activities would be affected, and whether it is in consensus with the pricing policy of the company or not. Also we have to make an trade off between gain and risk of sharing the price, because you have to share the price with different stakeholders also. So you have to share their costs also. So also what are the other stakeholders? So there are suppliers are there are distributors are there, retailers are there. How it is going to affect them? So we should keep in mind all this aspect, and then only we can select the final price. So this is the last topic, that is price adapting strategies. So Kotler and Keller, they have suggested that sometimes the companies, they have to adapt to the prices according to the geographical locations. But different countries have their own style of exchange of goods and services or style of payment. So it could be on the basis of cash, or it can be on the basis of a counter trade. So counter trade is like barter system. You give, say, cars, we will pay by, say, oil, something like that, right? So also you provide various price discounts and allowances to the customer. So discounts could be, you know, trade, simply trade discount or bulk discount or seasonal discount. So these type of discounts you can also give. You can also do some promotional pricing to, you know, festival, in festivals you can actually reduce the price. So you can do this promotional pricing as well. Also you go for discriminating prices. So for the same product, from the same service, you charge different prices with a very little or no difference. For example, airlines, airlines, we have, you know, we have economy class, we have business class, and so on. So essentially everyone is traveling, but still the prices are different. Even in movie theater, what is happening, we have different sets of, you know, premium, standard and regular, something like that. So the movie is the same, but we are charging different prices. So discriminatory prices is also very much important. So pricing adapting strategies also plays a very important role in the price strategy. So that is all for today's lecture. I hope I have made some sense. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you.